Well, here we are at the end of another week, and I trust that you are doing well, adjusting to this quarantine reality that many of us are dealing with. I know for myself, I can say that this week was a little better than last week. I think I'm beginning to get some sense of a routine and what that looks like for me. Though at times I do find these walls to get a little confining, and I feel like I need to get outside and move around a little bit. But other than that, I feel like this week has been better for me. And I recognize that quite a few of you, this has been a very challenging thing to figure out, and you're still kind of in the midst of trying to discern how to move forward in this reality. I think of families who all of a sudden everybody's home now, and you have to do your jobs at home, and then on top of that, your kids and their education. A lot of the responsibility is fallen on you at this moment, and you're possibly feeling pretty challenged and overwhelmed with that. And then there's the opposite side of that, where we have people who are isolated, and actually they live alone, and this quarantine isolation has been very hard. And so that's a reality. And I just want you to know I've been praying for you and praying for these various realities that different people are experiencing. In fact, we had a prayer event on Wednesday night, and we spent time praying for families of all shapes and sizes, from those who are dealing with the challenge of having everybody at home and helping the kids with their schooling, as well as those who find themselves by themselves. And this quarantine isolation has made that a very difficult experience. And so I'm praying for you. The church has been praying for you, and we will continue to pray for you. And I think it really actually adds to the importance of what I want to share with you today, because the purpose of this video is to share with you every Friday about what we're doing in our ministry to be able to care and to be able to serve and meet the needs of our church family. And so I want to share a few things with you about what we're doing to be able to do that. So the first thing is that in addition to the weekly live streaming of the services that we've been doing, we also have most of our ministries are pretty much up and running. They've adapted, but they're up and running. And so our student ministries, our middle school is meeting on Wednesday night. There's a YouTube lesson, and then they break into small groups with their small group leaders through various forms of video chat, and they're able to connect in that way. And the same with our high school students on Sunday night. They're doing that as well, a YouTube lesson, and then after that, they too get into their small groups with their small group leaders. And so just really appreciative of our youth ministry team that's running that. As you know, we're in transition there, and Matt Lloyd has stepped in as a point person, and he has been running that. So we're very appreciative of what Matt's doing, and we're just glad that we're able to provide a viable means for our middle school and high school students to be able to connect during the course of the week. In addition to that, Sharon, with our children's ministry, has been working with our Sunday school teachers. Many of them have still been able to get lessons to their students in their classes, and then also some of the midweek programs. They're continuing to look for ways to meet, and so that's providing opportunity for our children to be able to connect and for us to continue to disciple them. And then most of our community groups are meeting now through video. I was at the gas station the other week or the other day and getting gas, and ran into someone from our church. And, one of the things they said to me was, we met with our community group last night. And I just was so encouraged to hear that. And it's important to be connecting during this time. In fact, if you are interested in getting in a community group at this time, this would be a great time to do that. Many of our groups have a wider capacity now because we're not confined to a home or a space, and you can add people very easily through these video venues. And so if you have any interest in getting into a community group, I would encourage you to get a hold of Pastor Mike, and he will help you connect in that way. But the bottom line is that we are continuing to do ministry, and we're continuing to look for ways to connect and provide discipleship. So that's the first thing. Secondly, we really are, as the weeks go by, we've experienced this past week, and I fully anticipate over the next month we're going to experience this exponentially each week. But we're becoming more and more aware of a variety of needs that are a result of the virus that we're experiencing. So, fortunately, as far as I know, we have not heard of anyone in our church family who have tested positive. Possibly may happen, but at this point we haven't, for which we're grateful. But a lot of people have been affected with employment, and so we're beginning to collect the names of those people who have been impacted by that. And so I would say two things. One is we have formed a kind of like a database sign up where if you're interested in helping meet needs, we would like to have your name so that we could connect you with people as needs arise. I don't have anything to share with you right now, but there's a couple things that are percolating that actually will be needs that we'll be able to meet in our community that are beyond our church family. And hopefully by this time next week, I'll have more detail about that. But right now, we're just trying to collect a list of names of people who are interested in being able to help. It could be going to the grocery store. It could be running other errands for people. So that's one way. Another way you can help is that we do have a deacon fund, and we anticipate using our deacon fund to help people who apply for help financially because of the current crisis. So, if you want to help, that's a tangible way you can do that. When you give to the Deacon Fund, you just simply make the check out to WEFC, mark it for Deacon Fund, and that gives us the ability to come around people and help them in our church family. But the other thing I would say is this, and I know this is hard sometimes to do. But if you are in need and you are feeling the need to have us know and possibly explore with you how we can help meet that need, I really want to encourage you to let us know. We would like to do what we can do to be able to help you in your time of need, and so we already have probably about 20 plus people who've signed up to be part of this team to be able to help meet needs. So there are people ready to help, and if we can, we will eagerly participate in being able to come around you and help you in your need. But we need to know what the need is. So if you're really feeling that, and if you would be take the step to let us know about that, then we can come around you and help you. And so we're doing our best to connect and to try to discern those needs, but any help you can give us in identifying those needs, or maybe you know someone in the church who is in need and you want to alert us to that. It may be best to ask that person permission first, but let us know if there's someone that you're aware of that we need to come around to be able to help. And then thirdly, I just want to make a couple of statements about Easter. This is hard to really think about, that Easter, this Easter we will not be together, at least physically. But we're going to continue to do what we've been doing every Sunday. We've been live streaming a service, so we will have an Easter service on Sunday at 10. So that's something that we'll be doing. Feel free to invite people through email or electronic invitation to join us through the YouTube live stream. And it's a great way to be able to share the hope of Christ with people during Easter. One thing that we're discovering through the live streaming is we broaden our reach of people. And so this would be a great way for us to be able to share the hope of Christ that we celebrate at Easter. And so we have that Easter service on Easter Sunday at 10 o'clock. In addition to that, it's been our tradition, and you hear me say this often, is be ashamed to come to the empty tomb without spending time at the cross. And so on Good Friday, we're going to have a Tenebrae service at 7 o'clock in the evening. And this has been a traditional service that we have done down through the years. And the way the Tenebrae service works is we go through the story of the cross, and as we make our way to the cross, we have these candles that we extinguish at different times in the service, and there's about 8 candles lit, the 8th candle being the Christ candle. And we slowly darken the room as we make our way to the cross. And so we're going to do that again this Good Friday. We're going to do it live stream at 7 o'clock. But we're also encouraging you to possibly set up candles yourself and go ahead and walk with us as we make our way to the cross, light the candles before the service begins, slowly extinguish them with us as we make our way to the cross. And it'd be a great way to involve your kids as well in this process as they prepare to come and sit at the cross and contemplate what Christ has done for us. So that's going to be on Good Friday at 7 o'clock. Be a way for us to, as a family, church family, come together on Good Friday, anticipate the joy of Easter on Sunday, and to be able to maintain some of the traditions we've developed over the years. All right. Well, God bless you, and I am praying for you, and my desire is that God would take these difficult times and use them for His glory, and use them to open the hearts of people to Himself. Well, God bless.